Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly oracle card reading. And for this reading, I am using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck by Victoria Moseley. Okay, so I'm gonna actually, I think I might just draw 2 cards for this reading, and if I feel the need to draw a 3rd card, I will. Okay. So my intention with these 2 cards is to get a little bit of insight into the week ahead and what the themes of the upcoming week are going to be. Okay, so here we have listening, and I really want to turn the other card over, but I'll wait. Okay, so we have the card of listening. I love this card. Okay, so a few things are coming to me with this card. I'm just going to start talking. Okay, so when I look at this card, I'm getting the message that it's going to be important for us this week to listen to others and to ourselves, and to practice what I would call deep listening, which is not just listening to what is being said, and not just listening to your thoughts, but listening deeply to see if you can pick out what is being said under what is actually being said. So the underlying theme, or another way to put this is, if you've ever heard that phrase, like reading between the lines, kind of going a little bit deeper and seeing if you can hear what's really being said when people are talking to you. So I feel like this is about, being able to listen deeply when others are telling you things. Particularly, I think, friends and people that are really close to you, like really, really hearing what they're saying. And usually, like, sometimes what someone says isn't really what they're trying to tell you. And I wish I could think of like a really specific example of this to illustrate it. For example, let's say like you have a friend who's always complaining about like the same thing. If you listen really deeply, what is actually being said might be different from what she's saying. So the real issue might not be the issue that she's complaining about, but it might actually be that she has this sort of deep feeling of irritation or dissatisfaction with life that is really bringing her down. And when you can listen deeply to what someone's saying, that's when you can really kind of connect with them and really kind of strengthen that bond of friendship. And in the same way, I feel like this card is about listening deeply to ourselves. So listening to your inner voice. I want to say, like, listening to your intuition and listening to the voice of your soul. But also listening to your thoughts, because we always, we all have thoughts, and our thoughts are constant. And instead of trying to cease thinking or, stop thinking, see if you can actually really pay attention to what your constant thoughts are saying, and see if you can practice that same thing of deep listening to see, like, okay, what is underneath these thoughts? Because quite often, like, when I listen to my own thoughts, a lot of it is just like useless chitter chatter that doesn't even really is not really that important, but it's just going through my head all the time. And it can be interesting to kind of analyze it, and kind of go deeper and see, like, well, what is the theme here with all these thoughts? Like, what am I getting out of thinking this? Like, what's the deeper meaning behind these incessant, ridiculous thoughts? Okay, so the next card is playfulness. This is so interesting that these 2 cards are together, because to me, listening is more of a serious card, which is about being quiet and kind of going within. It's not a card of, expression or action or anything like that. It's about just being still, being calm, and being receptive. So that I feel like that is actually kind of probably going to be a big theme of this week, is being, calm, still, receptive. But then when we look at the card of playfulness, it's very, very different. I wouldn't say opposite, but playfulness is very different. So I feel like this card is more about expressing yourself. So it could be that the beginning of the week is about, going within, listening, being still, and the second part of the week is about being playful. So once you've gone within, once you've heard what's being said, and once you get a sense of the deeper underlying currents of things and the deeper themes, then it might be easier for you to kind of let go a little and be playful and be more expressive. And in that way, your playfulness takes on a really powerful, almost like high quality kind of quality. So a deeper quality than if you're just being playful as a way of avoiding things. Because I think some people are overly playful and expressive as a way to distract themselves from really going deeply into things, which is what this card of listening is all about. So in that sense, I think sometimes people use playfulness to, and when I say this, I'm thinking of like people who are deeply depressed, but who are always like jokesters and are always joking around and making people laugh. And in some way, it's a way of avoiding that depressiveness or that darkness. So when I look at this card of playfulness, it's about being playful, being joyful, being expressive, but doing so after you've taken this journey, after you've done some of the kind of the groundwork, so to speak. And I feel like actually the second half of the week, it's almost like there's a lightening of the load. Like you're very receptive in the beginning of the week, or the more receptive you can be, I think the better. And the more you kind of go deeply into things, the better. And in doing so, I think some discoveries are going to be made that really take a weight off your shoulders. So often we're scared of really thinking about something and going deeply into it because we're scared of what we might find. And I think many of us are scared of the darkness and the dark sides of ourselves because we're worried that we'll get sucked into the abyss. But often what happens is we discover things and we come to certain realizations that actually leave us feeling so much lighter and freer and better than we did before. And I feel like that is what this card of playfulness is all about. So the second part of the week, embracing playfulness. If you feel like this is a natural, if you feel like you are naturally more playful and light in the second part of the week, there's all kinds of wonderful things that you can do to express that. And I'm just thinking of, like, for me, like arts and crafts is a way for me to be playful, like doing even like painting or drawing, or like doing things like going out in nature and collecting things for like art projects and stuff like that. For me, that's a wonderful way to be really playful. But it might be totally different for you. Like you might want to be around people. You might want to do writing. You might want to, write a play or something like totally different, or host a tea party. That would be really fun. Like hosting like a small scale tea party, just having, 3 or 4 close friends over and like making shortbread cookies in weird shapes or something like that. That's just kind of something that popped into my head. So the beginning of the week is more serious. It's more about being calm and still, being receptive. Second part of the week is more about having fun and really engaging that playful side of yourself, that side of yourself that does not take things too seriously and just like sees everything as an opportunity for fun and exploration. So it looks like a really enjoyable week, actually. I'm looking forward to it. So I just want to say best of luck this week. I hope you found this reading helpful. And once again, my name is Kate. I'm from dailytarotgirl.com, and you can check out my website. I've got lots of fun stuff on there. So there's tarot exercises, tarot tips, videos, reviews, all kinds of stuff. That's dailytarotgirl.com. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you so much for watching.